Hi beautiful people, happy Saturday. I hope you guys are doing well. Recently, ALISON HOLKER came out to promote a memoir which gives details about her late husband, Stephen Twitch Boss, who took his own life on December 13, 2022. In her memoir, she reveals some details about Stephen, which she uncovered from his journal after his death, and also what she claims to have found in their closets, which has caused a frenzy between ALISON and his family. And everything has been played out on social media. Now, before I go into that, if you guys are not aware who ALISON HOLKER or Stephen Twitch Boss is, they are professional dancers. As I said earlier on, unfortunately, Twitch took his own life on December 13th of 2022. ALISON is still raising their 3 beautiful children. ALISON and Twitch were married on December 10th of 2013. ALISON appeared on Dancing with the Stars, whilst Twitch and ALISON both appeared on So You Think You Can Dance, and that's where they met and their journey began. I will not be discussing that feud, but I am going to be discussing how Without a Crystal Ball has inserted herself into another family's online feud. As you can see, she says, "We got your back." Stephen's mom Connie speaks out, "Please leave us some love in the comments." Here we go again. Katie Joy is going low. Once again, digging into the personal life of ALISON, exposing stuff to humiliate her, embarrass her, and discredit her. Once again, like I said, I'm not going into what is happening with the Boss family and ALISON online. It has to do Without a Crystal Ball and her pattern of problematic behavior. And in my opinion, she jumped on this bandwagon with this story because she despises ALISON. And the reason she despises ALISON, it is shown here with her own words. Why, yes, now that you say it, she is friends with the dancers in the cult, still, despite the allegations of sex trafficking against Robertson in a lawsuit in Los Angeles. Excuse me, Katie Joy, why are you mentioning the lawsuit in Los Angeles when her friend, Miranda Derrick, is party to the defamation lawsuit against you in Minnesota, where you accuse Robertson of sex trafficking? You don't want the friends and family of Twitch, who you are saying you have their back, to know that you are more of a liability? Asking for a friend. And this is the reason why Katie Joy is going so hard for ALISON, because ALISON is very good friends with Miranda Derrick. And like I said, Miranda Derrick is party to a defamation lawsuit against Without a Crystal Ball, aka Katie Joy, in Minnesota. She wants to take jabs at ALISON because ALISON is friends with Miranda Derrick. Now, this same young lady, Miranda Derrick, Without a Crystal Ball, promised her family that she would return Miranda back to them. Like another family dispute that went on social media, where she involved herself with a parent of a young man who took his own life. And when she came online to talk about the story, she said, and I quote, "How can a mother of a Vaughn not help another mother of a Vaughn?" And now we have, as you saw, she says to Connie, "We got your back." Do you, Katie Joy? Let me give you a bit of a backstory to Without a Crystal Ball's connection to ALISON and Twitch. In 2022, Without a Crystal Ball was working on the story where she claimed that these dancers were in a cult, and ALISON and Twitch were friends with these dancers. Twitch was the DJ on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and obviously he got them the opportunity to be on the Ellen DeGeneres show. And Without a Crystal Ball went ballistic and accused Twitch, ALISON, and Ellen of not helping these dancers get out of the cult.
I haven't said anything to say that this isn't true also tells me that you know that it's true. Because Matt Stefanina follows me, and ALISON, Twitch's wife, is liking comments, so I know she's keeping up on what's happening. I've seen ALISON in watching my videos. If ALISON's been following along this whole time, she knows enough to say something, right? So does Twitch, so does Ellen, so does Matt. Ellen's put them on the channel, on her network so many times. Don't be like complicit to what's happening.
Then Without a Crystal Ball was served with the defamation lawsuit, which later on included Miranda Derrick. She then went on to make this post.
Hey everyone, so I worked on Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult, and there's a lot of speculation about Alison Holker and Twitch. Everyone knows that Twitch passed away tragically, and he, along with Alison, were seen in videos with the various dancers throughout the years. In fact, Alison recently posted photographs with Vic, it's Slavic, and so naturally people are assuming that the two of them were involved in this group. And I can confirm wholeheartedly that these two have never been. They were never involved in 7M. They were never members of Shekinah Church. They were never under 7M management. And Alison, even though she still engages with some of the dancers, is not involved in the church. Alison is someone, from what her friends tell me, the kind of woman that will leave the door open for friends and never wants to shut the door and wants the people that she loves to know that she's there for them. And so when it comes to Miranda and the others that are involved that continue to maybe interact with her, it doesn't mean that Alison supports the fact that they're in a group that's high control. Instead, it's more indicative of Alison not wanting to cut contact with someone and keeping a door open, according to her friends. Twitch was never involved in the group, and just because he had them on Ellen DeGeneres doesn't mean that he was a member of the group.
Then, later down the line, without a crystal ball, caught wind of Alison on the red carpet, with her plus one being Miranda Derrick, and she went ballistic. At that time, she made this post stating, Alison Holker isn't helping conspiracy theorists, and Miranda Derrick certainly doesn't look scared at a Netflix event. She actually removed that post, but I see now she's recirculating that post again, as I said, to take jabs at Alison. That put Katie Joy back on the hate train for Alison. Bringing us to the present time, when, as I said, Alison started making appearances on Tuesday promoting her new memoir. Without a Crystal Ball went in hard, meaning she started posting negative stuff about Alison immediately. So far, she has made 124 Instagram reels, 16 Instagram stories, and 2 videos. Without a Crystal Ball has been chastising, threatening, yes, I'm saying threatening, and humiliating Alison. And you know the most fucked up thing about this is that Without a Crystal Ball thinks that she is on top of her game, and she is the well-respected, credible journalist. She ain't shit, because she cannot even get the date of Twitch's passing right.
Since I was able to cover the Shekinah Church and the 7M TikTok cult, I got the opportunity to speak to family members, former managers, and friends of Stephen Boss, because his story was being defamed, being slandered. His family was being iced out, ignored, forced to sign NDAs for a funeral, and told they could not see his kids. Even though Stephen had always been close to his brothers and his mother, even up until his passing, and his children had a very close relationship to their uncles, their aunts, their grandmother, and their family on his side, suddenly that relationship was abruptly cut off after his death. His death has been surrounded in so much mystery, so many unanswered questions, and his late wife and widow Alison hasn't made it easy for those of us that loved Stephen, for his family that loved him, and for those of us asking, why does she keep doing this? What is her problem? And that's where we're going to start today. On December 14th, 2022, Stephen Boss died, and according to an autopsy report, from a self-inflicted wound.
She said she got this family's back. She said she loves Stephen. She cannot even have made the effort to double check that she got the date of his passing correct. She said December 14th. He died on December 13th, 2022. Where is the respect? Without a Crystal Ball is making accusations that Twitch did not want to be with his wife anymore. Alison is not allowing the kids to be seen by their grandmother, reposting what family and friends are posting with her own input, threatening Alison, as I said, and I quote, Alison, keep running your mouth, because I have a ton of contacts in the industry, and let's just say most people in the dance industry are done with you and for what you've done to Stephen. As a journalist, did Without a Crystal Ball get Alison's side of the story? Or I'll give it this, as a YouTuber, maybe just report on what's going on, give your commentary, and not be playing this wannabe private investigator or journalist. She shows everybody reposting about how they're going to spread the word, tag us in stories, post about Stephen, and we will share. So Katie Joy says, we are on it. If there's one thing we're good at, it's exposing. Katie Joy, what are you good at exposing? All Without a Crystal Ball is a liability. She is judging Alison for moving on after Twitch's death, accusing Alison of breaking up a marriage, exposing records of Alison, calling Alison a narcissist on several occasions. Let me know what you think about this post. What if I told you there are things that could be dropping that will show the world exactly what the Boss family has been dealing with? What if the monster is blonde with a lot of plastic surgery and a fake smile? What if the drug addict was her? What if there was proof of her degrading his mental health? What if there was proof of shaming him for taking his own life? Narcissists can only exist with enablers, and the people protecting her are fed up. Stay tuned. Again, did Katie Joy even try to get Alison's side of the story? I am not coming to anybody's defense. I am talking about Without a Crystal Ball. How unprofessional and malicious she is. Check this out. Hey, Alison, the rumor on the gram is that in 2018 you showed up super drunk for a live episode of So You Think You Can Dance. And during the commercial breaks, people say you were belligerently yelling Steven's name, causing a huge scene. Then at the rap party, you got so wasted, you took a nap on the floor and Steven had to pick you up off the middle of the floor to leave, which led to considerable embarrassment for him. Apparently, your former cast members have a lot of stories like this and all claim it was your alcoholism that was a huge problem in the marriage. She left this comment under the People magazine article. Alison Holker is sharing how she has learned to embrace vulnerability and ask for help, to which Without a Crystal Ball's comment, Alison, I heard from a reliable source that your damaged cartilage in your nose is from too much and the smoke emojis. This is absolutely malicious, and I feel everyone is wrong for dragging this out on social media. Steven Twitch Boss was in pain, and he chose to do what he did. He didn't feel that anyone participating in all this foolishness could be of help to him. And all that is left of him is his memories. And this is how all of you decide to want to protect his legacy by making it worse and having Without a Crystal Ball on your side, going after his daughter in a live, telling a 16-year-old. And as you can see, Without a Crystal Ball says, it's hard to have a narcissist as a mom. I'm sorry. But you're not sorry, Without a Crystal Ball. You are maliciously going after this young lady's mom. You're engaging with the 16-year-old, but don't even have the decency to engage with her mom. Leave kids alone. This young lady has more strength, bravery, and loyalty. Something I don't think you ever possessed. Shame on you. She is protecting her mum, unlike you that discarded yours. You in no contact with your mum. You keep your son away from your family because you claimed that they put you in harm's way. Maybe with what Alison found out, she is doing the exact same thing, protecting her kids. Have you thought about that? You know, Katie Joy's lack of self-awareness and her hypocrisy, it's just the next level. Without a Crystal Ball made this post, enough is enough, and you want to be a spokesperson for mental health, yet you are maliciously, without any merit, withholding these children from their father's family. These children are not your pawns. They deserve a relationship with Steven's family, their grandmother, uncles, cousins, aunties. You don't think, Alison, that there are mental health ramifications for your children in the future. As mixed children, it is fundamental for them to have a connection and relationship with their father's side. You clearly don't know or don't care about the identity issues your kids will have, not knowing or being part of their culture, their heritage. They need to be part of their black family members' lives. Ask me. I know. Without a Crystal Ball, when you repost stuff, be mindful of what you're reposting because you don't care or give a damn about victims or black people, especially from what I've seen from you recently. You may have corrected someone from calling James that black man, yet you went ahead, stereotyped, and lied about that black man that by your standards is a victim in a cult.
So fun fact, James Derrick, you know the 7M thing? Married to Miranda. So before he was in a cult, he was in the Crips. He was in the Crips. He did, I don't remember, he wasn't doing anything. He was like a barber.
Barber? That was his crew. You couldn't even run rugs. He was a barber.
I don't know if he was a barber, but he didn't do any of the bad stuff. Like, they get different jobs, I guess. I don't know.
You know, barber, they can't just go to a normal one. Like,
They all get different jobs. Like, that's what he did. Or I can't remember if he was a barber or if he did something, but he wasn't like doing the bad stuff.
I picked the job of law-abiding citizen. Just let me be cool.
So he was in the Crips, then he joined a cult, then he went to another cult. I'm talking about James Derrick from the 7M. A lot of those guys actually were around the Crips. They're from South Central Los Angeles. So
Yeah, he just wanted friends. He should have joined a book club.
I mean, that's just like where they live. Like if you talk to like the people that he grew up with, like that's just what those neighborhoods are. So that's why some of those kids got into dance, because it was like you either were like an athlete or in the gangs, right? And so a lot of those kids ended up getting into dance to get away from the gangs, because like there's not a lot to do there, and the parents are like gone all the time, and it's like very poor. And James's mother ended up in a coma. He's just like, I talked to his ex-wife. He's got a child that he's like abandoned, basically. It's just so sad. It's really controlling. But she said he's also like, she thinks he has autism.
Like easily influenced, or like, is that where she's going with it?
Yeah, like manipulative. Like he almost like he has religious OCD, and he has like mental deficits. And like her son is a lot like him.
It's really sad.
Everyone that you meet, that you talk to about James, they will always tell you that he's this kind of, I don't know how, they say he's like slow, but that's like them being from like that community. So it's like weird because like getting your kid help when you're like in that community, they just don't do that. Like they don't take their kids to get those diagnoses because they don't want to get the kids like, they don't want CPS on their radar. They just don't want to deal with it.
Katie Joy, you are a vile, vindictive, malicious, evil human being. Disgusting too. You say he was a barber. You laugh and then you flip it over and you say he wasn't a barber. You go ahead and you say because black men that come from South Central, they are gang members. Seriously? To further go on and say the parents are gone all the time and it's very poor. So you spoke to his ex-wife and you were told that he abandoned his son. He's controlling. You were told that someone thinks he has autism, so you feel the need to spread that. But to further go on and say and put in your words to make you feel like you know it all, almost like he has religious OCD and he has mental deficits, and you still have the fucking audacity to include his son in this. James Derrick is a human being. So by you saying all this tells me a whole lot. James is black, and then to everyone or his friends will tell you that he is slow. What? And it's because of the community he comes from? You claim to be advocating for victims in these cults. Here you are stereotyping James. Do you only advocate white people, white children, white females? Defaming James, lying about James. You don't know his diagnosis. You don't know what he's about. But here you are sitting on your public platform talking shit about a black man, where he's come from, stereotyping him, as I said. That is fucked up. So do you or anybody else that's listening to this video really think that Katie Joy has Stephen Twitch Boss's legacy as her best interest? She's fighting for his legacy? I don't think so. Without a crystal ball, is only hopping on this train against ALISON because she has ill feelings towards ALISON. ALISON is friends with Miranda Derrick, the same person that is party to her defamation lawsuit that is going on now. She didn't even have the decency to just sit back and watch ALISON's 16-year-old daughter's live. She had to add in her 5 cents, but trying to come off as empathetic. She ain't shit. She is evil, vindictive, and a manipulative piece of shit. Whoever takes this woman seriously, I think, and this is the time I'm going to say it, needs their head read, because this is absolutely fucked up. And if nobody can see that this is just Katie Joy once again trying to get back at somebody because they didn't do what she wanted them to do. I truly wish that Twitch's family and Alison and whoever else can sort this out offline, just for the children's sake, because this is just going to drag on and drive a bigger wedge between everybody, and it's just not worth it. That's all I have for you now, you guys. Like I said, this woman is like obsessed with what's going on now. 120 something reels in 3 days, reposting everybody's shit, calling Alison a narcissist over and over and over again, accusing her of being an alcoholic and a drug abuser. She doesn't like anybody to talk about her child, but there she is engaging with somebody else's child. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Please stay warm, be safe out there, be kind to one another, and don't forget to make good memories. Bye guys.